Hello, I'm Ruben Gonzalez.
And I'm Heather Page.
Since 2001, my team and I have helped families just like you achieve the American dream of homeownership. In this video, we're going to be walking through the cities of Temecula and Murrieta, right at the border in North Temecula where they meet. In these unique areas, there's no HOA and very low taxes. So we're going to give you a real street-by-street, boots-on-the-ground assessment of what it's really like to live in the cities.
Join us and we'll show you all the good
And the bad.
from a couple of locals.
Let's take a look. So today we're in the city of Temecula. We're actually in the northernmost part of Temecula, right where it borders Murrieta. So it's north of Winchester Avenue, and in this area it has no HOA. So one big advantage, some of the lowest tax rates in this area.
So these homes were built in 1986 to 1988, and they range from 2 to 4 bedrooms. They also have 904 square feet up to 1,469 square feet. And they have lots about 5,600 square feet.
We're on Oak Cliff Drive right now, so we're right next to Harveston Lake. There's a park right over here, and this place has no HOA, some of the lowest taxes in all of Temecula.
Now we're walking down Canyon Rim Circle, and these homes were built between 1987 to 1989. Some of the lots on the street are around 8,700 square feet, and they have no rear neighbors. Something I love about this street is that we are very close to Harveston Lake, where you can get to the lake on a bike ride, and it's close by.
Oh yeah, Heather's favorite, definitely, Harveston Lake. So pros and cons of living in a neighborhood with no HOA. Well, pro is there's no HOA, but sometimes the cons are your neighbors can paint their house blue or pink or purple or whatever they want. And somewhere in this neighborhood, there's a car on blocks, you know, maybe getting a brake job done for 2 months, but that's kind of it. That's what you get. But so hopefully you land on a good street that has really good neighbors. All the people in Temecula that I've met seem to have great attitudes, and it's kind of just a good ethos in Temecula, and we kind of look out for one another. So this area, northernmost part of Temecula, borders Murrieta, right next to it. It's also right next to Harveston Lake, and bike trails. There's a lot of shortcuts to Chaparral High School.
Yes.
And yeah, the middle school right over here, and so much more. But yeah, welcome to Temecula.
Now we're on Rustic Glen, and we are looking at homes built between 1988 to 1989. These homes range from 2 to 4 bedrooms, 904 square feet up to 1,469 square feet. And the lots are fairly large at 5,600 to 6,300 square feet.
Yeah, it's kind of luck of the draw here. So again, we're in one of the oldest communities in Temecula before it was annexed and became Temecula. So some of them have pride of ownership, some of them don't. And I guess you just hope you get a good one. Also, some of these homeowners have, I guess, remodeled or updated their homes, and I guess that's also a big thing that's needed when you got a home that's built in 1988. So
Great
sometimes, yeah, sometimes some of these areas, some of these homes get like, I guess, wood rot, you know, sun damage, things like that. So some of them need repainting, new flooring. A lot of them have aluminum windows as opposed to the vinyl, the way most modern homes are now today. They're much better insulated, whereas these, they don't insulate as well, just older materials, and so you hope you don't get something that has a lot of deferred maintenance. And there was some pride of ownership there with the previous homeowner, so that's kind of what you're hoping for in this type of neighborhood. Oh, and a little bit of traffic too. Okay, so now we're in the city of Murrieta. This borders the city of Temecula right at Winchester and right at Harveston. So basically this area also has no HOA, and it is really, really nice actually. So lots of pride of ownership here for not having an HOA. A lot of these homes are a lot bigger too.
We're on Bonaire Street, and this street was built in 1999. The homes range from 2 to 8 bedrooms, so you're going to get a lot of space. And they range from 1611 square feet to 2706 square feet. They have lot sizes from 7,800 to 9,600 square feet.
Yeah, this area, that's a wide range. You rarely see that. The same street, you'll have homes that are 2 bedrooms, which actually there's very few of those for floor plan. But up to 8 bedrooms, rare to see that. So, yeah. Also, something about these places in areas where there's no HOA. You know, people do their own things. So some people have Christmas lights up all year round, and you know, they are DIY type of people, and sometimes they're good at it, sometimes not so good.
But a good thing, though, is for those individuals who have an RV or like to park their RV at home, this is a place where you can feel free to do so because there's not that HOA.
Yeah, pros and cons.
Absolutely.
Okay, everybody, we're still in the city of Murrieta, and we're right next to Warm Springs Middle School, right next to Date Street and Margarita Road. Margarita is, the opposite side of that is Harveston Lake, and this kind of, well, it's really close to Murrieta Hot Springs Road. So again, this area is Murrieta, but it has no HOA and very low taxes.
So we are on Silver Oaks Drive, and these homes were built in 2000. They range from 3 to 5 bedrooms, and they have 1168 square feet up to 2914 square feet. The lot sizes are around 7,600 square feet.
Yeah, so varying ranges, but between the Temecula and the Murrieta areas, between those two neighborhoods that we just looked at, I prefer this Murrieta neighborhood.
Absolutely, and it's in great proximity to the middle school as well as Harveston Lake.
Right.
You can take a bike ride to either way, and really it's close enough to walk.
Yeah, well, and it's 10 to 13 years newer than the Temecula neighborhood, which is adjacent right next door. But between the two, I would definitely go with the Murrieta neighborhood. A lot more pride of ownership, at least 12 years newer, and just overall, I guess, the better value for the two, the two communities here. So let's go over some of the pros and cons of the Temecula Murrieta area. Basically, one of the main things I love about Temecula, and I tell this to all my clients, it's so geographically sound. Temecula is about an hour away from everything. San Diego, Orange County, the desert, the mountains, and a little bit further to LA. Another huge advantage, schools, like always. And there are some top-rated schools. You can take a look at them at greatschools.org. It's very walkable as well, so it's got a great walk score. Walking distance to the mall. It's also walking distance to Harveston Lake. So it's a great place to spend an afternoon with your family, go have a picnic, just go take a walk around the lake, and it's fantastic. We do it all the time. There's also an advantage that you can access just about everywhere. So there's grocery shopping, there's the mall, which is nearby, which has a lot of restaurants and movie theaters and shops and entertainment. So there's plenty to do in the local area. There's bike paths and trails that are all over the place. You can find those on trails.org, and you can look at those. I'm always on the trails with our e-bikes and go-karts and stuff like that. It's a lot of fun. Because this area was built between 1986 and 1989, this area is some of the oldest areas in Temecula, which is also some of the, like I mentioned, the cheapest single-family detached homes in the area. But then you also get the older construction. So you get sometimes the older plumbing, the older electrical systems. The walls inside don't have bullnose corners generally, so they'll have the square corners. They don't generally have the tallest ceilings. On new construction, you generally see between 9 or 10-foot ceilings on single stories. So in this area, you might see 8.5 to 9-foot ceilings, you know, a little bit older construction. Another pro is boat parking. If you have a boat, you can park it literally in your driveway, and no one will say anything to you because there are no HOA rules against it. I would say definitely a negative or con is that because the area is over 33 years old, Temecula was annexed and became Temecula in 1989. So this is one of the first communities in Temecula, being that it was built in between 86 and 89. So sometimes you get older materials, older construction, and some of the infrastructure, such as like fences, roofing, things like that. They get a little old and dated. So a lot of leaning fences, you know, they're really weathered, and you'll see some of that in this area. Some neighbors at some point upgrade, and now you get a really nice new vinyl fence. Talk to your neighbor and you can share the cost. That's usually how that works. So a lot of positives, many more positives than negatives, I would say, definitely. This area is a real find as far as Temecula communities go. So it's one of the lowest priced single-family detached communities that you can get here in Temecula and Murrieta. So between the two, I kind of prefer the Murrieta community. It just shows a little better. It seems to be a little newer and a little more pride of ownership in that area. But both of them are fantastic, but generally you would want a Temecula zip code 92591 versus a 92563 Murrieta zip code. But in this case, I prefer that Murrieta neighborhood that's adjacent to the Temecula neighborhood. But you can't go wrong with either, and I would highly recommend moving here. Thanks for watching. We hope you've enjoyed our video.
If you like what you see, or you'd like us to do a video walkthrough of your neighborhood, please reach out to us. Oh, and please don't keep us a secret. Remember to like, subscribe, share, and comment on our videos. And tell your friends about us. They'll be glad you did.
So if you or someone you know is thinking about making a move, or if you'd just like to know what your home is worth in today's market, feel free to call or text us at 951-321-9852. You can also send us an email.
We can even do a video FaceTime or video consultation at your convenience.
As always, thanks for your support, and we look forward to hearing from you.